Hello everyone. Apologies if you were expecting a video yesterday. I really have not gotten around to making something that I'm actually going to be happy with. So I kind of put a hold on stuff. And the reason why is I actually have something very serious to talk about. And what I'm about to tell you is that everything that you see in front of you right now, sorry for the camera, I will give you props up for this. So whether it be copper, lead, tin, aluminum, gold, silver, you name it, none of this, and I mean none of this, including money, none of this is any good. And I found myself in that situation on Saturday last week. So let me just pause this for 1 second, move the camera back to where I normally am, and then I'll explain a bit more, because I'm going to have to clean up a little bit of this mess. There's far too much out. I didn't realize it. So 1 second. Okay. Right, sorry about that. I was trying to fit in an awful lot of stuff, as you can clearly see, and try to give you an idea of what actually is going on and why am I making this video and why am I saying that money is absolutely useless and why am I saying that precious metals are useless. Well, no matter how much money I have, no matter how much gold, silver, aluminum, lead, copper, tin, you name it, whatever precious metals are in my possession, I got in a pickle. And it's one that is quite serious, actually. And, I'm not one of these types of people who believes we need to stack prep, for Armageddon. But it's something obviously that you need to make sure that you have a supply of regular things, because none of these things here were able to get me what I really needed on Saturday, which was some of my medication. It was just one of a few, but some of my medication. So I ran around and then it really struck me. It hit me really hard, where I suddenly realized, ooh, this is not good. I need to think of alternatives. Now, why am I thinking of alternatives, you might ask? Well, please don't, tune away. If you're a Brexit supporter or a Leaver, Remainer, it doesn't matter. The fact of the matter is, because I'm not going to say which way of the border I'm going, because this is not a political channel, is that there's a huge number of these medications, and a lot of them that I depend on, such as things like, morphine, naproxen, Lansoprazole, diazepam, dihydrocodone, which is all the way back here, some of my lovely bits, hoorah. So these are just some of the bits and bobs that I'm on to keep me at least upright and or not in pain, so to speak. So the story is, very simply, we went to fulfill a prescription, and I say we, my wife. So she had gone out, she had gone to the chemist, as always, and she was told at the chemist that they were out of naproxen. It is a nationwide problem. Now, at the time, I really didn't give it any thought. As I said, it was Saturday. But I knew I needed them because I didn't have any. And the pharmacy recommended that I get something which is called like a gastro-resistant naproxen. Okay, so for those keen-eyed viewers, you will have noticed that, it's a little bit different, but okay. I don't want to show my details, so, okay. Right, so Um, she'd gone out. They didn't have any. I had to call an emergency chemist through the out of our system, and eventually I got my naproxen. Fantastic. So on Monday I rung up and I spoke to my GP surgery, my doctor's surgery, and I was issued with the gastro-resistant naproxen. Okay, great. Then it dawned upon me, what would happen, because there is right now a huge list of medications that are on the endangered list right now, meaning that they're not available in the UK, or there are so low stocks that it's almost impossible. A lot of these medications, and I'll let you have a look, but a lot of these medications are life-saving medications. Now, we don't have these medications available to us. They're incredibly difficult to get a hold of. Take someone who has a generic, not generic, sorry, quite a severe allergy, let's say to nuts. It's this time of year, it's Christmas, right? Okay. And suddenly they need an EpiPen. Guess what? That is critical. This won't save you. That won't save you. This won't save you. No matter what you have, it will not save you, period. You need that drug. And I've been watching and noticing that as this circus of Brexit is going on, the NHS, and something that I'm very proud of, is now becoming an issue where even private, pharmacies, for those in America who were, against maybe the Obama care system or whatever, health system. So if you're trying to use that as an analogy to the NHS, don't, okay? Because it's completely different. And I really don't want to go into that because I do know both sides of the pond here, okay? I know I don't know it all, but I am going to say that, I have friends who've been treated on private healthcare, as I have in America, private healthcare here in the UK, as I have, also on the NHS, and I haven't been treated through the Obama system, Obamacare, or whatever the heck it's called nowadays. But the bottom line is that we don't have the medication at the moment in any pharmacy. And that's a big problem. As I said, it's all fine and well having a wealth in front of you, but if you have the wealth and you're not able to get the essential medications that you require, you're in trouble, period. Something to think about, because I'm now having to consider alternatives in my head that I can stock up on in the event that I run out of these. Well, for anyone who doesn't know, it is this drug here, naproxen, okay? This is one that is, it's not an opioid or anything like some of my other drugs, but it's one of those drugs where it treats things for like arthritis, etc., etc. And through some research, looking through some medical journals, a solution to that, which I can easily stock up on and obtain, is ibuprofen. But I need to be taking 400 milligrams of those a day. Now, this is not a tutorial on how to swap your medications, and I know I will not answer medication-related questions. Because I can't, I just can't legally, okay? So that's fine. I can do the ibuprofen bit through the naproxen, so that covers that one. What about the Lanzapril? Now this here is another medication that, protects me because of all of my various medications for that cause damage to my internal stomach, etc. Well, there are other drugs I can take, so I'm stocking up and I'm stockpiling these other alternatives that I have to, because as I was saying, silver, gold, everything here will not protect me. Nothing will. Failing all of this, the only way that this silver and gold, and all these other metals that you see are going to help me is if I decide to quickly sell them, or if I just use the available funds that I have, and I take these and I bring them, and I'll show you this, by the way. It's a nice, cool £10 note. Well, it's a Scottish one. And if I cash in all of my money, take away my precious metals with me and my family, and we move to another country, say, go back home to America. And that's a consideration right now. It's not one that I want to do. But it is one that at least I'll be safe under at the moment. So, it is one of those real bizarre things that, you have to kind of, take a look at and ask yourself, what is best for me? What's best for my family? Because, as I was saying, no matter how much you have of any of these things, the medication, the prescriptions are, crucial. They're, imperative to my survival. And as I was just saying, it's just really, really bizarre. And I'm not quite sure how to best go about it. But no matter what you think you have, how wealthy you are in this world, if you require treatment, inhalers, you name it, right now in the UK, we're facing a massive shortage problem. And I know we're, kind of, stockpiling, but you may not be aware of all these issues until you're actually confronted. So for me, it was Saturday, and I was confronted with my naproxen. And that has actually put a slight scare in me, to the point where, I'll have my precious metals, I'll have, my cash and everything else available to me, okay? But I'm going to have to start looking at alternatives. So I am stacking and prepping a lot more so than I ever have been. And I am envisioning the worst case scenario only because I have to. Because right now it's actually at my doorstep. It is here. And I'll tell you what, guys, it's quite scary when you think about it. You may not be able to fully appreciate it. That's fine, I understand. And I didn't even consider it, really. I thought, right, okay, Brexit, who cares? Yeah, there might be some issues with some banks. There might be some issues with, the military, the armed forces, what agreements we have with NATO, for instance, how the government's actually going to govern, and so on and so forth. But what I didn't consider, and what the government's been saying about, we're all stocked up, we're building up our supplies on these drugs, on these crucial medications. They're lying, guys. The list is getting bigger daily. Now, you know me, you've watched my videos. This is not the type of video I would normally make. So something's triggered it. And it's triggered it in a way that I'm not giving a knee-jerk reaction. I am now in a situation where it is imperative. It's one of these things where I just think, what is going on? So I have to respond. I have to react. And I have to prepare myself and my family for a worst case scenario. So, yes, I will be stocking and stuff like that. Not just, as I said, my silver and bullion, but I'm going to be stocking alternative medications as well. Usually something I'm totally against because having too much medication, obviously, someone could think you're trying to be a dealer or, drug dealer of some sorts or whatever. But I now have a perfectly valid reason to do so. And I'm looking at it as if the lights are going to go out potentially, and that's it. But, it's lovely, as I said, having all these precious metals, but once it hits you, once you find out that, these don't do absolutely anything at all, then it's kind of a bit, scary. Anyway, I'm sorry I've droned on a bit. I really have put a ton of effort, and I'm going to move the camera, so this is a fair warning. I put a fair amount of work trying to get stuff sorted out and to show you stuff. Kind of just reading the very front of my safe to do so. But I was, as I said, incredibly concerned, and I really wanted to point out what is really happening at the moment and how Britain is being affected. Because a lot of the medication, a lot of these drugs are life-saving drugs. So for my fellow paramedics who are still working and active, and my co-workers, doctors and nurses, so on and so forth, the drugs used to treat somebody having a cardiac arrest or, having a seizure or stroke, or of what should be a very simple and easy cure, such as like someone having, severe allergic reaction. Well, these drugs, guys, are gone. They're almost extinct. Right now, the fact is that, and I'll use the EpiPen, for instance, which has been, having issues for a while, but more so now than ever, where we can't get them in, is that the government saying, oh, right, well, forget the expiry date of the medication. Just use it anyway. Keep it and use it. Not entirely satisfied with that, because the expiry dates, the medication is still there. It will still work, and I'm not going to debate with doctors, but it will start to lose its potency. And then if it loses its potency, and then you have to take another one, you could be potentially overdosing. Well, that's my major thought. I know I procrastinated by leaving it for today. It was a video that I wasn't really sure how you guys would act. But given the circumstances, guys, what do you believe? What do you think? Because for me, it is one of these things of, no matter what I am doing, none of this is any good whatsoever. Because I can't still obtain the medication that I need, regardless of my wealth. And that's fine. Wealth and being treated are two separate things. But I don't know. Well, I'll leave that with you. If you stuck around to the end, I applaud you, because I was rambling. And clearly I am incredibly concerned. But I hope you guys have a fantastic Christmas, and I hope I have a lot more to share with you guys. Yeah. And just for the record, what you see in front of you here is in the region of, well, over £5,000 right now, at least. So that's just in bullion, primarily into gold, obviously, as you can see, and then there's some more. Just to give you an idea, as I said, money cannot buy you vital supplies in the event of a crisis. You can't even barter to try to get it. I mean, I can't bribe someone. Well, maybe I could. Maybe I should take that up. Anyway, leave your comments below. I really am truly interested to hear what you guys have to say. And, again, thank you for sticking around. Have a great day. I'll be back hopefully tomorrow, my normal time resuming Friday, with normal resuming videos. Have a great day, guys, and thank you as always for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. I really do appreciate everyone's advice. Cheers.